Hey, this is Jeff Wimmer from Studio Cycles and StudioCycles.com, and it is Sunday, I believe November 20th, 2011, and in this video I want to talk about the Studio Cycles difference. The big difference. The big difference. If you buy a bike online from any other vendor besides Studio Cycles, they will process your credit card and they will pull a box and send you a box, a bike in a box. They won't touch it. The majority of online sellers will not have knowledge about what's inside the box if you have an issue or problem. Look around. Go to any website you want. You're going to see the same body of text. You're going to see it's the same harvested body of text. You're going to see the same picture. And you're going to click the buy now button. They're going to send you a box with a standard 2-year warranty. If you buy a bike from Studio Cycles and it's brand new, we will pull it out of the box. We will tear it apart. We will go through the entire bike, the insides, the flywheel, the bottom bracket, the drivetrain. Because what we find is we find stiff links and chains. We find bottom brackets that are too tight. We find flywheel bearings that the hardware on the axle is too tight. What we do is we optimize the performance of the bike from the inside out. And then once we do that, then the bike is put back together. I personally ride and tune every single bike that goes through my company. We service over 500 bikes a month. We install hundreds of bikes every month, and we sell a ton of bikes on our website. And my ass is on the seat of every bike that goes through my company. Nobody else on this planet does that, I guarantee it. And you can also call me directly and talk to me about your budget, about what the application is, about what bikes you're used to, if you're a petite female or a tall guy or a heavy person. There's a lot of dynamics that go into the blender, the proverbial blender, to find the perfect bike. And you can call me directly, there isn't much I don't know about bikes. If it's a Star Trek, Schwinn, Kaiser, Le Mans, Free Motion, I have them, or I've sold them, or I've rebuilt hundreds of them. I write all of the technical manuals that are the Bibles in the industry. I teach technical courses at the World Spinning Conferences, generally every other year. And I ride bikes. I ride these bikes, 5-6 days a week, 52 weeks out of the year. It's what I do. So my direct telephone numbers, my home office is 888-909-BIKE or 310-664-1375. My cell phone is 818-470-2204. Now let's say you're buying a used bike. Let's say you're looking at a used NXT online. Now here's a perfect example. This is an NXT that we pulled out of the Spectrum Club in Santa Clarita. We pulled out 47 of these bikes. And this bike, for a 5-year-old NXT, is phenomenal condition. Most every used fitness equipment reseller would have bought these bikes, these specific bikes, and they would have salivated at the condition of the bikes. They would have wiped them down, lubricated the chains. In their ad, they'll say the bike's been cleaned and serviced, and they would have sold it to you with a 30-day warranty or no warranty at all. And this is a bike that came out of a club after 5 years of use. So even though it looks good, what we did, new flywheel bearings, new bottom bracket bearings, brand new $85 clip-in pedals, brand new resistance pad. This is a really good vantage point to look at bikes from used fitness equipment companies. Look under the bike. Look through here. Look underneath the bike. Clearly what we do, especially with this NXT, but with all the bikes, is we tear them down to the bare frames and we go through the entire bike. And then for residential customers, we do a lifetime parts replacement policy. Here's another bike. This is a Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Pro. And this is a 14-year-old bike. But if you look at this bike, it doesn't look 14 years old. What we've done is we put in brand new flywheel bearings, brand new bottom bracket, brand new resistance pads, brand new pedals, brand new saddle. A lot of the bikes we put brand new upgraded pop pins on. And that bike has a lifetime warranty. So You find Schwinn Johnny G spinners that are 10 years old online for $200, $300, $400, and you think it's a great deal, but if a Schwinn Johnny G Spinner Pro is coming out of a club, it has the potential of being used for almost 10 years. If a residential customer buys a Schwinn Johnny G Spinner and they're selling it 10 years later and they bought it brand new, it's probably either been beat into the ground because people who own these bikes for 10 years in their homes usually use the heck out of them, or they bought it and it sat for a huge amount of time and everything inside the bike is dried out. So that good deal on a bike from a residential person on Craigslist or Backpage may not be that good of a deal. So this is what we do. I'm in my Venice store. We have the only 2 indoor cycling specific retail stores in the world, and this is one of them. This is Venice. This was my first retail store, and we have shoes, we have a good selection of bikes. We keep 40 to 50 bikes in this store. We've got Le Mans, we've got Kaiser, there's a 2012, the new Star Trek Spinner NXT. There's the new Star Trek Spinner Blade, pro-built, pro-tuned with a lifetime warranty. As far as I know, we're the only business on the planet that has pro-built, pro-tuned 2012 Star Trek Spinner Pro, Star Trek Spinner NXTs, or Star Trek Spinner Blades, built, tuned to perfection with lifetime warranties, instead of just buying them online in the box. So we've got AC Performances, we've got custom NXTs, we've got spinner fits, there's a Le Mans, there's an X Series Momentum, there's another NXT, Schwinn Spinner Pro, 3rd generation Spinner Pro, Spinner Elite. Here's a nasty yellow and black Trickster. Horrible bike, but we have them cheap. So anyway, that's the big difference. That's the big difference. And pay attention to the used fitness company's slick salesman bullshit, because they'll say stuff like, it rides great, or it's fine. They just don't know, or they don't care, or they're in the business of what one of my acquaintances who has a huge warehouse, he calls it moving metal. What we do is we sell optimized, perfected bikes, and we want to sell you your next bike. So I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this video. And again, we have a store in Venice. We have a store in Laguna Niguel, and these are the only 2 indoor cycling specific retail stores in the world. You can go to studiocycles.com, click the locations button, and don't forget you can call me directly to talk to me before you make that drive to make that purchase. Thanks so much for listening, and best of luck to you on your road to health and fitness.